Well, Trump isn't just frustrating the other candidates, though, on the Republican ticket. His call for a ban on Muslims temporarily entering the United States has drawn the ire of a lot of Republican senators, including Jeff Flake of Arizona, who tweeted this, quote, "Just when you think Donald Trump can stoop no lower, he does. These views do not reflect serious thought." Well, Senator Flake visited a mosque today, telling those gathered that he hopes the isolated voices calling for division are overwhelmed by a chorus of the many. Well, here with me now is Republican Senator Jeff Flake of Arizona. Senator, I know you spent the afternoon, I think afternoon prayers with there. Tell us about your experience.
Well, it was a great experience. I had come to conclude this week that I'd never gone to a mosque, and given the atmosphere out there and the comments of Donald Trump, I thought that I should do so. So I called the local imam, and he invited me and my family, and it was just a wonderful experience.
And we're showing some pictures now of your visit earlier today. What did you hear from them? What did you hear from various people that you met today?
One, that they are just very upset and dismayed at what happened in California. And you know, the suspicion that's cast on their community, really, it's awful, and I feel badly for them. So they were anxious to let people know that they deplore the activities that have happened. They've helped where they can, and that this community does not stand for what some people think they stand for.
You know, there are a lot of ideas about how to restore trust between maybe, in this case, political leaders and the Muslim community. Maybe it's between the Muslim community and non-Muslims in America. What are some ideas that you have in restoring this trust, and they have in restoring this trust?
Well, I hope that more senators and members of Congress will visit a mosque and invite families there and the leadership there to visit their churches as well. It's tough to dislike and misunderstand those you get to know, and I think that if we can do some more of that, it'll do us all a world of good. It wasn't you know, just for them. This was for me and my family. We needed to understand more what this is all about, and it was very helpful, I have to say, and they were extremely welcoming.
You know, it was interesting, when Pew came out last month, and a majority of Americans said that they didn't believe Islam sort of fit the values of America. How would you answer that question yourself? And then, assuming you would answer that you wouldn't answer that way, how would you tell somebody that they're wrong? And how would you explain it to them?
Well, Muslim Americans have fought in every war and died in every war since the revolution. There are a couple of thousand Muslim Americans serving in our military right now, you know, sacrificing the ultimate price sometimes to hold, you know, to restore or to assure that we have the freedoms that we have here. A group of Muslims got together and raised more than $200,000 for the victims at San Bernardino. So this is a community that is mourning along with those of us who are sickened by this kind of violence, and in particular for them, they realize that you know, suspicions are cast on the entire Muslim community, and that shouldn't be the case.
Well, you obviously did this. You felt the need to do this because of what Donald Trump said and did. What, number one, as a Republican, are you going to be able to support the Republican nominee if his name is Donald Trump?
Donald Trump will not be the nominee.
All right, but that's not answering the question. That's a favorite way to answer it. Will you be able to support him as the nominee?
But those who don't want a Republican in the White House want Republicans to say this, because the most likely scenario, if there's not a Republican in the White House, it'll be because Donald Trump runs as a third-party candidate. And if Republicans say now, we will not support the ultimate nominee, that gives Donald Trump license to run as a third-party candidate.
By the way, that was a very honest way, I have to say, wait, Senator, that was a very honest way of answering that question. You believe the reason why nobody will answer it definitively is just what you said, the fear of Trump going third party?
Yes, yes, and frankly, we would like to see, I would like to see, and I think if Donald Trump subjects himself to the Republican voters through the primaries, that he will not be the ultimate nominee. But let's let him do that. But he won't if we say from the outset that Donald Trump will not receive my vote. So I don't think that Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee. Let's let the process go forward.
Well, I think that's the big question here is, does Donald Trump represent a majority of the party or doesn't he? We'll find out when the voters decide. Senator Flake, Republican of Arizona, thanks for joining this morning, this afternoon. Appreciate it.